If you didn't watch yesterday's episode, I recommend you do. Hello and welcome back to Vamos to the Top. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode where we're looking to put to bed those demons that haunt us from yesterday's episode where we bottled winning our first phase of the season league group stage. I need to think of a better way to phrase that, but I can't. But you know what I mean when I say that. And of course we also bottled getting through to the knockout stages of the Copa Sudamericana as well. It was not ideal, but hopefully the groundwork that we laid in the first half of the season will pay dividends for the second half of the season. I will say today's episode a little bit shorter than usual just because I'm not really feeling 100%. You can't really hear it. My throat is really sore. I can feel it quite a lot, but obviously you can't hear it. So hopefully that's as worse as it's going to be. Hopefully there's no like weird Tom voice for the rest of the week or something like that. But it's going to be a bit shorter just to try and rest my voice a little bit. You'll also have seen from today's episode title that contracts are coming to an expiry and we're going to try and renew a few of them. But we are losing a few key players, which is a little bit frustrating. But before we get into that, we're going to look through what's happened since you guys were last here when we absolutely bottled everything against Cusco, Hermanios, Cantalao and Mushuk Runa. Now, after that first phase of the league season is finished, we do have quite a bit of time off. June is meant to be for the Cup. However, as you can see, we got knocked out in the Cup first round. Annoyingly, it was to a team in the second division. Annoyingly, we did dominate the game, but we did get a goal thanks to Veron, who adds to his goal-scoring tally this season, but we just capitulated again. So out of the Cup first round was not ideal. We had to play plenty of friendlies to get ready for the second phase of the league season rather than Cup matches. And as you can see, we played a lot of league games and did quite well. I did take advantage actually of the European season being in pre-season. So we actually had friendlies against Alianza, which we lost 1-0, but got a big 3-0 win against Schalke. Back into the second phase of the league season though, and we started off with a big 2-1 win over Melgar, with Morelos scoring a goal in the 88th minute to secure us the 3 points, which was fantastic. However, the next game against Cusco, we lost it 2-1. They seem to be one of the best teams in the division at the moment, and despite Carpio's goal here, we couldn't mount a comeback. They beat us 2-1. And so today, we are hoping for some big positive results against Alianza Lima and Ayacucho. Now, with 2 games played in the second phase of the season so far, it puts us 11th in the table. But the table that we are looking for, really, is the overall league table, where currently we are 7th. The top 8 get continental football, depending on the winner of the Cup, who actually I'm not quite sure who won it. If we go down to the Cup, it's between Municipal and Melgar. Municipal are a first division team, aren't they? Melgar are as well. If we look at the overall league table, Melgar are in 10th right now, Municipal are in 4th. So ideally they'd win it so that all 8 teams get some sort of continental football. Obviously, we really want to be at the end of season championship playoff, but I'm not quite sure we're ready for that just yet. But a top 8 finish once again for us, I think, is definitely our aim. Just as long as we finish with more points than last season, I'll be happy. So let's talk about contracts instead, because we are about 6 months or so from contracts expiring, which gets quite exciting because we can offer contracts to other players, but other teams can also offer contracts to our players, which has been a little bit of a thorn in our side. If I highlight all the players who've got contracts expiring, these are the ones from Salem upwards who have got contracts expiring, I should say. And out of all of these, there's only 3 players that I really want to keep. Cordova, Veron, and Tuesta. And actually, Tuesta's signed a new contract. He's down here. He's got a new contract until 2024. He signed a new one. On paper, one of our best players, so very happy about it. Now, I did want to keep Ampuero and I did want to keep Veron. However, they have attracted interest from other clubs. We did offer Ampuero a new contract. However, he rejected us because he wants to go to play in the Czech Republic. He signed a pre-contract with a team over there, and I can kind of understand why. I think they're offering him like $3,000 a week, a lot of money compared to what we can offer him, and a chance for European football as well, which I'm sure he would want to play. I'm sure the Czech Republic League has got a much higher reputation than we have. I think this club have got a much higher reputation than we have, so we were never going to keep him in that situation. We offered him the contract, but he signed here instead. So we are losing Ampuero, which is a bit frustrating. But more frustrating than that, we are losing Veron, which I'm really annoyed about. And to be fair, I think we were always going to lose him anyway. We went to offer him a new contract and he wanted £5,000 a week, which we could not afford him. It was in fact maybe even 5.5, which is £4,000 a week more than he's getting right now. We couldn't afford it. At the same time, Banfield, who are playing in Argentina, in the top flight in Argentina, have also offered him a contract, and I think he accepted it on like £4,000 a week or something, which is still more than we could pay. So he's leaving at the end of the season, which I don't mind too much because he's 32 years old, but The player who has got 4 goals in 9 league appearances so far, but 16 and 18 in all competitions so far, has been absolutely fantastic for us this season. Jose Rodriguez, a player that wasn't really too fussed about, he's also leaving the club to go to Alianza Lima, a team that we play against today. But yeah, it is frustrating that we are losing Veron and Ampuero, so they're going to be gone in the season. However, 2 can play at this game, and whilst contracts are expiring, I have been doing a little bit of work already, and I think we've got some adequate placements for Veron. Obviously, as you can see on the screen right now, Caballero is joining at the end of the season anyway, because that was a frustrating one from the transfer window. But we are signing 2 other players. We start off with Bruno Naranjo. I'll work out how he said it at some point. Either way, he's a target forward, which is a little bit strange, you might think. However, we are playing with wingers, and they're very good at getting the ball in the middle. Why not try and utilise that with a guy who's got 15 heading, 6'1", who seems to be, as tall as most defenders, if not a bit taller. Pace, a little bit rubbish to be fair, but good strength, good jumping reach. Like, he'd be a bit of a target from set pieces and of course in the middle of the pitch. He's currently playing not in Croatia, although this has got the Dinamo logo. He's actually playing currently in Australia. This must be some sort of affiliate club, where he just got 26 goals in 34 league appearances. Now, it's not the top flight in Australian football, but still, 26 goals and 7 assists is pretty good going. He's also Peruvian, which is absolutely fantastic for us. Obviously means he's not going to take up a foreign player spot, so for a free transfer, it seemed pretty simple for me to try and bring him into the club. A more like-for-like replacement for Veron, though, is another foreign player. This time it's Brazilian Vinicius Popo, who I think is that more advanced forward type mould that Vigil and Veron have been for us this past season. More obviously Veron with the goal he's scored. Again, we're looking at some quite decent finishing for this level, decent composure for this level, heading not too bad at 5'10" as well. Pace 12, could be a little bit faster, but for the money we could get, for his contract I should say, because it's quite a cheap contract, it seemed like a good deal to me. Hasn't got a prolific goal scoring history just yet, but I think when he gets to our club, he'll settle in quite nicely, has got some decent potential, 21 years old still, I think we'll be okay. Obviously we'll talk more about them when they actually get to the transfer special coming up, but I did want to just alert you to these guys already to say don't panic about Veron leaving. I've kind of got it covered, I think, hopefully, maybe. Anyway, I think that's enough talking. Let's actually get into a game, shall we? We have got a bit of an issue actually against Alianza Lima, because today we have a couple of injuries to Cordova and Delgado. They're not quite fully fit to play this game. Tuesta is suspended, and then Moyano and Oliver are both ineligible because they actually belong to Alianza Lima. They're on loan from them, so they can't play against their parent club. What it means is that we are a little bit stripped back, and we do have a few tired faces who cannot play this game, such as Ampuero, who's quite tired, Gabriel Delgado is quite tired, and Carpio is quite tired as well. And actually, Chelly's quite tired, but he's on the pitch today because we need him to play. So the back line is not too bad, to be fair. Solis in goal with Ruan, Gonzalez, Rocha, and the other Gonzalez both playing in this back line. Espinoza and Melgar, a little bit of a makeshift centre midfield. They're playing today. Hopefully we'll see something good from them. But the attacking midfield has got Sandoval and Morales on the wings. Chelly through the middle for a change this time because no one else can play there other than him. And Veron leading the line. We are at home though, so hopefully the home advantage is going to pull us through today, even with our makeshift team. But it is Alianza Lima in the purple who are looking to come forward, although the ball is cut out there by Gonzalez as he gets into Rocha, into Melgar, who goes back to the other Gonzalez. I can't remember the first names. Alejandro Gonzalez? I can't remember the other guy's first name is though. Alejandro Gonzalez definitely is. Either way, we're working the ball up the left-hand side of the pitch right now with Morales getting it back to Ruan, looking for the overlap potentially, but not quite getting the ball back there. Eventually, though, it is worked inside to Chelly. And again, this is a tightly packed Alianza Lima midfield. They're not letting us get forward easily. They're pressing high. They're quite compact with the way they're pressing forward. But we have managed to get a ball through to Veron, who puts it in the back of their net, in off the post. And as much as I think Alianza Lima were quite well defending there, we just managed to find that quick ball through. And once we could get past that first bank of players who were defending, it was then pretty easy to just work a little 1-2 past the second bank of 4 and Veron in the back of the net. We are going to miss him. We are really going to miss him next season. His experience is fantastic, and whilst I do think the 2 strikers that we have signed are going to be great for us, Veron has just proven this season that a cool old veteran head is exactly what you need. 18 goals this season now in all competitions. I mean, no matter how good the players we bring in, there's no guarantee they're going to score that many goals. You can't easily replace 18 goals in 19 league appearances right now, including this game, which is Crazy. Or 19 appearances overall. It's 18 goals now in 19 overall appearances in all competitions. I mean, he's the reason. He is literally the reason that we were so competitive in the Copa Sudamericana, as he gets his hat-trick here today. In off the corner, a hat-trick inside of 16 minutes. 19 goals in 19 games. Oh, I'm going to miss Gonzalo Veron so much when he leaves. It's so sad. I just couldn't justify the $5,000 a week. The highest earner, I think, is on like 1,600 or so. So to put someone up to $5,000 a week, I just couldn't justify it. I also couldn't afford it. The club would not let me pay that much. I think the max they let me pay was like 3.5, I think, something like that, and he was never going to accept that either. But a terrific first half for us here so far. I was quite worried actually coming into this game, given how sort of bare bones we were a little bit, and how, you know, annoyingly it was. We lost to Cusco in the previous game. They are a very, very good team at the moment, Cusco, and they look to dominate. They're the one team that can seem to challenge Deportes right now. So that might have to be, you know, Cusco's challenge there. They can challenge them, and we're not going to beat them. But Verona's just got a fourth, which could be offside. Was it offside? I don't think it was. It looked very onside to me, personally. And the Veron show continues. 4 goals inside the first half, which brings his total up to 20 for the season in 19 appearances. Also, 3 assists for Dani Morelos. He is really, really trying to make himself known that that left-hand side of the attacking midfield is his. Like him and Chelly, big battle for the places there. But I think they're both worth every penny that we paid for them. Chelly for the future, but Morelos for right now, because again, he's kind of carrying the team in terms of assists a little bit as well, I must say, despite not playing that much. And of course, Sandoval with his 1 assist so far in this game as well. It's just absolutely fantastic. We love him to pieces. We are going to take Chelly off the pitch. He's quite tired. Gamara will come on for him. But the rest of the team is quite makeshift, to be fair. Now, Jonathan Gonzalez is quite tired, but we can't really take him off the pitch unless we bring Rocha to the right back and then we bring Hamir on the pitch instead. I think after the pain of last episode, it's nice to see us absolutely dominate a game and win it comprehensively as well. 4-0 is a really good scoreline for us. Also looking like a clean sheet for us too. I mean, let's not talk too soon because we have seen ourselves give away some stupid goals. But a clean sheet would be great for us because we don't get too many of those. As Melgar into Morelos can't win the ball properly. And oh, well, here we... I mentioned clean sheets and look what happens. Look what happened. Oh, it was always going to happen. Well, it's fine because it means that no clean sheet bonuses are going to get paid out to our players. It saves us a little bit financially as we do clear that one off the crossbar in the end. Can we make it 5 though? I'd love to see a Gonzalo Veron 5-goal thriller here today. Can he do it? As Sandoval into Rocha, into Gamara. Gamara across to Melgar. Melgar scores arguably the best goal of the game there with an absolute banger from outside the area into the top corner. But again, no one goes to celebrate with him. What's everyone got against Melgar? It doesn't matter though, a 5-1 victory is fantastic, great for our goal difference too, and of course the 3 points is exactly what we needed. Now, as you can see here in the calendar, we've got Ayacucho coming up next, we'll play those guys shortly, but the transfer window does end pretty soon, this sort of like, you know, mid-season transfer window, and we do have a little bit of cash to spend, £59,000. What I'm tempted to do is maybe try to bring in another player, potentially. And I think a target would be this Aaron Sanchez, who is a 19-year-old centre-back who's got the highest rating in the Peru under-20 team right now. Decent pace, but jumping reach, heading could be a little bit high, positioning a little bit low. But again, like he's one for the future. And clearly the Peru under-20s think so as well. So if we just put a little offer in, like if we look at ask his agent about availability, his agent says £275,000 to £900,000 a week. That's a lot of money. If we just put like 50 down, profit from next sale, remove and exclude. I mean, I just kind of want to just test the waters a little bit and say 100k down the line, they come back 190, 275. I mean, literally all we can afford right now is 50. If we said 300 down the line, 100 grand a season, they actually say yes to that. Is this wise? It might be. Let's just see what he wants contractually. Squad player on 1.4 to 2 grand a week. I mean, I guess that would be okay. If we compare him with our other sort of young centre-backs of Rocha, if we can find him, we can see that Sanchez a lot better than Rocha right now, both at the same age. Rocha is 18 years old, I should say, actually, sorry. And then if we also click back on him and compare him to Hamir, who is here. Again, it's quite simple. Aaron Sanchez is better. So we're sort of putting our future in Hamir and Rocha, but they're nowhere near an Aaron Sanchez right now. Which makes you think even more this is a good deal. If we go 1.2, get maybe 1.4 if we get rid of that and yearly wage rise, keep everything else the same. He wants more money per week. Put the agent fee up to $3,000. 1.4 is I feel like I'm a bit stupid, but I've done it. So there we go, I've done it. I mean, we have played Rocha a fair bit this season. He's had 7 league appearances so far, which is quite a lot to be fair. And obviously, we're playing him to develop him, but you know, if we can bring someone else in who is as young with as much potential but a lot better right now, it really helps us out quite a bit, I think. But I am very aware that we are putting a lot of money into players down the line. Like, we're spending a lot down the line. I can't quite remember how much, but I mean, Carpio probably a lot down the line, Chelly a lot down the line, Morelos a lot down the line, obviously, of course, Caballero a lot down the line for him as well. It's all going to tot up quite a bit, and our bank balance is not fantastic. Like, if we get ourselves Copa Sudamericana football group stage, that is, and, you know, maybe even knockouts, maybe if we're lucky Libertadores, then it sorts itself out quite nicely. But we are putting a lot of pressure on these transfers, maybe. But clearly the board quite like what I'm doing because they've offered me a new 3-year deal on £1,900 a week. We have to start negotiations here, and we have to accept it, don't we? I might bring my wage down a little bit. What's my existing contract that I didn't have any hand in negotiating? 1.8k per week. If I just bring it down a little bit, this might just, if I go 4 years and 1.5k, this might just help out the club a little bit financially. And they say, yes, so a 4-year deal, 1.5 grand a week, should make it quite hard for them to sack me as well, because that's a big payout if things do go bad. Yeah, happy with that. 4 more years. That hurt my throat a bit. I shouldn't have gone so loud. 4 more years. Anyway, with the game coming up against Ayacucho, we can actually put a few more players back into this team, so we can get back onto the pitch. Carpio, and then we bring Sandoval onto the bench. We could also, maybe, we'll put Marcos Delgado on the bench, maybe not start him. But Tuesta can come back into the team, can't he? Espinosa, will bring him onto the bench instead of maybe Rodriguez. Gabriel Delgado can play again. We'll bring him back onto the Melgar. Oliver can come back on the pitch again instead of Chelly, which means that actually maybe we bring Morelos off. Although he did get 3 assists last game, didn't he? And has got assists. Oh, 3 over. I thought he had a lot more assists. Literally, those 3 assists are his first 3 assists of the season. I thought he got so many more than that. Well, either way, we're back to a bit more of a full-strength team. Let's play it. But it'd be interesting to see how we actually perform. Because, you know, on paper, this is the best team, or a better team than we had in the last game. But last game, we scored 5 goals. I feel like we've played quite a few games on camera against Ayacucho now. They seem to be a bit of an on-camera rival, and I think we've got the better of them so far. But we are playing away from home here today, and we need to try and get a positive result here to start a bit of a run. And that's a great ball there from Ruan into Veron, who can't quite get another goal. But it's getting to the point now where as soon as he gets in those positions, I'm expecting him to score. And if he doesn't score, I get quite frustrated. But he has got a lot of goals this season. I think we can kind of let him off every now and again. But with Ayacucho down in 14th right now, the 2 points they've got include 1 point from this game so far, as this is a live league table. So they've not had a great start to the second phase of the league season. Like, if we don't win this game, it'll be very disappointing for us. As Chelly has been put through, can he get a ball into the middle? He is stopped by the defence, but gets it into Ruan, who can put a ball into the back post, cleared, Tuesta's shot blocked, and Ayacucho look to survive this initial attack from us. But can they go on a counter right now? Because the highlight is continuing as Toledo brings it forward. Good ball for, and they are on the counter-attack to those. Highlights not finishing. Toledo with a bit of pace down this right-hand side of their attack, gets the ball in the middle, and Solis forced to make a really good reaction save there. That was nervy. So we need to do better. We need to do better here. As Espinosa, the goalkeeper, clears that one up, and it's won by Ayacucho in the attack. Gonzalez stops the pass, but not the ball getting fully through, and Ayacucho score the goal. Arca there? Arca? RC? I don't know how you say that name, to be fair, but he has got his 10th of the season, so maybe he's worth scouting out at some point. Let's go a little bit more attacking. I'm going to shout demand more. and hopefully this will, get us G'd up for the start of this second half. But I think what we've seen in the first half of the season is inconsistency. We've been so good at times, and we've been so bad at times. And I think that might just be the story of the team right now. Inconsistent. And maybe that's in part a lot of young players in the team. As they grow, get older, and get better mental attributes for the game, then maybe things will get a bit better. But as a penalty now is to be taken by Ayacucho, it's going to be put... not in the back of a net. I was about to just say it put in the back of a net, and then I didn't know what to say because there was a big pause between the run-up. Saved by Solis, which keeps us in this game. That's a fantastic way for us to get ourselves back in this game a little bit. And I think what we need to do is maybe change things up a little bit. Oliver playing terribly, Chelly in the middle. Let's bring Morelos on. Let's also make Chelly an advanced playmaker on attack. Get him doing all the moves. Tuesta, you become a centre mid on attack, please, just to try and get some more faces forward. Carpio playing poorly. Let's get Sandoval on instead. And Ayacucho have just scored. So what happened there then? The ball gets cleared out to the back. They then give it to Toledo, into Morelos, a ball to the goal scorer who, it's actually a really good move. It's a really good move, but how our defenders have not clocked onto that at all really gets me. Highlight from kickoff though, and we need to score. We need to get something out of this now. We need a miracle in the final 30 minutes. And to do that, I'm going to shout encourage. I hope that sort of picks the team up a little bit. Encourage them to get forward. If we score a goal, I'll praise them. And hope that's the way forward. But how we've just gone from winning 5-1 to losing 2-0 to a team that have not won in quite a few games by looks of things, I do not know. Sandoval, first touch of the ball. Can't get past his man at the first time of asking. But the second time of asking, doesn't either. Loses it. Right. What's this about, lads? This is not... Here we go. Here comes a third goal. I can feel it. Third goal coming. Nearly. We need a reaction now. We need a reaction now to score 3 goals. We need something big. Or we can just go for the rest of the half with no highlights. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, lads. Consistency is the big issue. I think we've discovered that. Consistency is the big issue as Melgar go on to win the cup as well. And they are currently in the overall league table 11th. So really, we need to be 7th or above for continental football. Mixed episode. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but a mixed episode. But at least we are signing a young centre-back, Aaron Sanchez. He's here. 350 grand. It's a lot. It's a lot for a club like us. I'm going to accept it, though. I think, as Ampuero welcomed into the club, it is a really good deal for us. If he develops in the way that we think he's going to develop, a future Peruvian star. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe if you're around here and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a good one. Goodbye.